Recording. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Sarah Wasco, and I am joined by my colleague, Roxanne Rapsky. We are with BrandNet of Dallas, Fort Worth, and Oklahoma, and we are hosting our third webinar in a series called Side Ventures, Businesses to Start While Employed or Retirement. We are seeing a trend in this direction and wanted to share with you some of the concepts and brands that we work with that fall into this category. You are all muted, but feel free if you have a question to put it in the chat box. There's a Q&A and a chat. Feel free to put it in the chat. At the end, I can also unmute everyone and you can feel free to ask questions there as well. One thing that I will tell you is this is going to be a very high level overview of several brands. And so if you have an interest in learning more, the next step would be for you to talk to an individual franchisor after completing our online assessment, which we'll talk about here in just a moment. So let's get started. We are going to do our best to keep this to 30 minutes. As I mentioned, it's just going to be a quick intro. We have 7 different businesses that we are going to highlight today that are categorized as semi-absentee, and we'll discuss kind of what that means here in just a minute. So why are we here? Why did you sign up, and why are Roxanne and I hosting this session today? We have really found in our careers, both of us have been doing franchise consulting for over 10 years, and we're seeing professionals starting to chart a new path. They're finding that corporate America and the single income path is not necessarily helping them meet their goals, and so they're looking to diversify. We are obviously receiving lots of information from lots of different places. So we want to help prospective franchisees know how to get their information about franchise ownership. So really be thinking and reach out to us and let us know what it is that will make this session a success for you. Feel free to put it in the chat box of what you're looking to accomplish or learn here today. And Roxanne's going to be monitoring that chat box for us. So what Roxanne and I do here at BrandNet is help connect individuals to business opportunities. So she focuses on the Dallas side of the Metroplex, where I focus on Fort Worth. We recognize business ownership is not for everyone. It's really important for you to do your due diligence and gather information before making a final decision about any path that you might want to take. We find that oftentimes individuals who are researching franchises go about it for the wrong reason, and they get enamored with a product or a service, and we really want to help clients evaluate their own skill set and strengths and lifestyle goals to find that match. And we recognize people need a safe and methodical environment, a strategic approach to selecting the right fit. And the reality is BrandNet is a franchise. So we have a process just like all the franchises that we work with. So we also want to help you manage your fear. We recognize that starting a business is scary and want to help you get all the facts that you need to feel comfortable in making your decision about franchise ownership and whether or not it's the path for you, and then if it is, which business is the right fit. So some expectations for today. Realistic expectations are going to be that you deepen your understanding of franchise investing opportunities in a semi-passive ownership role. What's unrealistic is for you to walk away today saying, I found it. I found the one. You are definitely not going to have enough information today to be able to make that decision. As I mentioned, this is going to be a very high level overview. So what does semi-absentee mean? It is a popular method of franchise ownership for those in steady jobs where they may have some flexibility. goal might be to become a franchise owner and work with a manager who's going to run the day to day, where the owner actually just oversees the business. So people that are taking this step are those who are looking for supplemental income or some additional income security. Sometimes multi-generation. We are seeing some baby boomer parents want to kind of get started on a business and bring their adult children into the business as well. And then again, some that are fully employed may enjoy their job, but want to diversify or create a safety net. So this is some examples of what semi-absentee tends to be, but it's not always. So the first thing here is needs a location. You're going to see some opportunities today that don't necessarily require a location. Most do, but not all. You are going to have a manager that you trust to run that location. You're going to need to invest advertising dollars to get the word out about your business. You will not be the one out there face to face in the business. So keep in mind that you'll need to use advertising dollars. Some industries that tend to be very commonly run as semi-absentee are hair care, beauty, fitness, and wellness. So these are industries that have come back after COVID and are continuing to grow. So as we mentioned, the semi-absentee business model, you can potentially keep your job. Oftentimes your work is going to be after hours. So you're overseeing things maybe on the weekend or doing some reviews of financials and things like that after hours. Hopefully you can monitor your business remotely and use this as an opportunity to hedge against economic changes. So let's get started on some examples, and Roxanne is going to introduce you to our first brand.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me, Sarah?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. So as you see here on the slide, we are going to provide for you the investment on each concept. And then we also have on here the liquidity requirement and the net worth requirement. Each single franchise has a minimum liquidity and a minimum net worth requirement. So if you have any questions about that, once again, feel free to type them in the chat box. So Chicken Cone is a quick service restaurant business model that specializes in fork-free chicken and waffles. They take great pride in their food, and they've gone to great lengths to source and prepare the tastiest, crispiest chicken, hand roll their fresh waffle cones, and season their fries with zesty Cajun spices. They have an assortment of incredibly tasty sauce options. They provide fresh food, fast service, and friendly staff. Eating at Chicken Cone is a selfie-worthy experience you'll want to share with your friends and fans. The investment is low for a fast casual franchise. They have franchise owners in the US, Canada, and even in Dubai. Chicken Cone has made the top 50 chicken franchises in the US and looks forward to continuing their growth. They're looking for owners that can train, open, and assemble operations for the location that will embody the culture and passion for the Chicken Cone brand. And one franchisee states that the food is very unique and very simple.
Awesome. Thanks, Roxanne. I know they do a lot of their marketing on Instagram, and it's very visual, as you can see from the slides here. So it's just a new take on the chicken and waffle concept. So changing directions dramatically, Fastest Labs. So as Roxanne mentioned, the investments and liquidity requirements are listed here, so we're not going to go over that. But one thing, if you invest in Fastest Labs, you are going to get a wealth of knowledge from the founder. He has 23 years of franchise experience and founded Fastest Labs back in 2008 after being formerly with Merry Maids, owner-operator, and also Worldwide Express. So he was a franchisee with 2 other brands before founding Fastest Labs and developing a franchise from his business back in 2010. This business is going to be different from something like Chicken Cone because Chicken Cone is going to be 7 days a week. This is 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So something important to know about a business like that is this is business to business. So your clients are going to be people like Department of Transportation companies, the railroad, credit unions, call centers, karate schools, elder care, just a wide array of businesses that have to do drug testing for their employees. The owner of this brand is going to manage the manager, and that manager's role is going to be to answer some calls, report do some testing, outside marketing and cold calling. That is a big responsibility of the manager. If you're managing the manager, or if you as the owner choose to do this, it is sales. So you're out meeting with businesses, networking, maybe doing some cold calling to bring in those businesses that will refer then their either clients or prospects or whoever it might be. Attorneys might do it for DNA testing and things like that. So you're not depending on people walking in your door. This is a photo of the founder's location, but some of these are much smaller. Thus you see a much lower investment than you might expect for brick and mortar, maybe even an office space. So they are not waiting for walk-ins off the street. They're building business relationships, and those businesses then refer their clients or prospective employees. So just something to know, it's not medical. So you're not dealing with HIPAA, you're not dealing with blood, you're not dealing with needles, there's no biohazardous waste. There's 2 to 3 employees. So it's a very simple business, and the margins are high on Vastus Labs. So we will move on to the next opportunity, which is Gatsby Glass.
All right, so Gatsby Glass is part of the Horsepower family of brands, a parent company for several brands. And Gatsby Glass specializes in bathroom frameless shower doors, bathroom mirrors, and commercial glass installation. The frameless shower door segment is the fastest growing segment in the glass industry. There's a high consumer demand and underwhelming supply for this product. There are only a few competitors with a focus on frameless shower doors. Their commercial glass goes into offices and has a privacy option that utilizes technology to turn it on and off to either be clear or frosted, which is really cool to see. This has a large average ticket. The space is visually appealing, which makes it ideal for digital marketing. They actually team up with influencers, which skyrockets their social media presence. An owner in this business will focus on talent acquisition, tracking and influencing KPIs, networking, forecasting, and business reviews with their very own success coach.
Wonderful. Thank you, Roxanne. So this Gatsby Glass is a new addition to the Horsepower Brands portfolio, as is Groovy Hues, which is a painting company. So I want to elaborate a little bit more about Horsepower Brands that Roxanne mentioned. They're a parent company of multiple brands. So you have an opportunity to potentially do what they call stacking, which could be that you would own one territory, but maybe have 2 different brands within that territory. So the founders have successfully sold a couple of different brands and are extremely well capitalized. So they decided to, rather than outsource some of the services that the franchisees needed, they bought companies and brought it all in-house. So they have a recruiting company that they purchased, they have a marketing company that they purchased, they have a call center, they have a company that helps with equipment acquisition. So it's very, very unique. And this is one of the things that kind of helps the Horsepower Brands stand apart from some of the brands, other franchise brands, basically in general. So Groovy Hues is their latest brand to develop, and their motto or their tagline is peace, love, paint, power wash. So it's a fun little brand, but it is brand new for 2022. Um, Between the 4 members of the staff on this brand, they have been a franchisor or a franchisee with 5 different painting franchises. So while they're new, you're going to be, if you were to move forward with this brand, you would be working with more experience than any other brand when starting a painting franchise. So that's just something important and unique to know, that there is a lot of success in the painting franchise business with their leadership. They do residential and commercial, interior and exterior, painting, as well as power washing, gutters, and carpentry work. This is recession resistant. People, as we found over the last few years, people are improving rather than moving in a lot of situations. They have a hybrid labor model. So while some employees are W-2, some can also be contractors. They have a very strong equipment package that is built for volume. So as you'll see, this investment range is going to be a little higher than maybe some of the other painting companies. And some of the things that I'm sharing with you now are the reason why that is, because they have immensely leveraged technology to improve their communication. They also do require a small space. A lot of painting companies, you can just work from your home, but they want you to have about 1,500 square feet of real estate to help with your Google presence, so that you have an address and for storing your equipment. They prefer semi-absentee owners and expect that that owner would put in about 5 to 15 hours a week. As the owner, you're going to manage the manager, as we've discussed before, review performance, mentor your team. And they want owners that are empire builders. They want owners that want to have multiple brands or potentially multiple locations. So we will move on now to Vanity Fur.
Thanks, Sarah. One last thing about Horsepower that I wanted to bring up is they also have a gigantic warehouse, and they pre-order and stock supplies and equipment for their franchisees so that there's no supply chain issues. That's another big thing that they've circumvented. So moving on to Vanity Fur. This is a mobile pet salon. It's fun, simple, and scalable. It brings a full service luxury grooming experience right to the customer's home or office. It's the perfect business for people who love animals and want the flexibility of a home-based business model that's mobile. They have an automated appointment scheduling that provides convenience to the customers, as well as predictable recurring revenue for their franchise owners. Each mobile salon has all the amenities of a high-quality grooming shop, specially equipped to accommodate extra large breeds and senior dogs. They have complete dog and cat grooming. They offer environmentally friendly shampoos specific to each client's coat and skin needs. They have warm water hydro bath and massage. They have a tearless berry facial, a pedicure, so their nails are trimmed, filed, and pads trimmed, personality bows or bandana, pet cologne spritz. There's also a report card and a social media picture to share for new clients. Many groomers want to come over and work for a brand like this. They come from the big box retailers. They're looking for lower stress environments, more flexibility, better hours. And this franchisor has actually been a groomer for more than a decade and offers excellent training.
Wow. I wonder if they would let people come too. That sounded pretty nice. Okay, moving on to our last brand. So we've mentioned some that are emerging and newer. Well, this one you've probably most likely heard about because they have been around since 1974. So this is, a good brand for that person that really needs some history and longevity and brand recognition. They're actually, Fantastic Sam's is actually the largest full service salon in the world with over 700 locations. They offer not only hair care services, but they also offer a private label product. Incredibly extensive training for their owners and their artists. They also are one of the franchises, and there's not a ton of these, but some do offer some financing. And so they are affiliated with a third-party financing company, so can help you with that. very strong national advertising. They have an operations team that actually comes and handles the grand opening for their franchisees. And during a recession, people kind of tend to be looking for more affordable options. And so clearly, they have been through many ups and downs in the economy since they've been around since 1974. What they want from their franchisees, the number one thing is just desire to be successful. They want investors that can scale and build an infrastructure. They want to make sure that you're willing to follow their system. This is not a brand that's going to allow for much flexibility. I mean, generally, the ones that have been around a long time, it tends to be, hey, we have this proven system, and they don't necessarily allow a lot of room for creativity. They want you to have business building and marketing skills, management experience. No salon experience is necessary. In fact, honestly, the folks who are stylists tend to not have the business experience. And so they're generally looking for someone with the business experience that can hire that staff and those stylists. So that concludes the brands that we wanted. Oh, no, it doesn't. We have one more.
Skipping
Sorry,
me,
Roxanne.
Sarah. All right. So now we are really to our final brand that we're going to show you. This one is called Verlo Mattress. This is a franchise where you can bring a better night's sleep to your community. Their unique model combines local mattress showrooms with local mattress factories. This gives Verlo customers a unique chance to customize their mattresses to their sleep needs and comfort preferences. It also allows them to offer a lifetime comfort guarantee, the only guarantee of its kind in the mattress industry. Verlo offers a one-of-a-kind comfort adjustment service in which guests can have the firmness or softness of their mattress altered for free within a period of time, usually within the first year. This gives consumers peace of mind that they will not be stuck with a mattress that no longer addresses their sleep comfort needs. And their mattresses, just like Fantastic Sam's has been around for a long time, these mattresses have been sold direct to consumer for over 60 years. This concept benefits the franchisee with a higher profit margin and benefits the customer with lower prices. Verlo's local expert franchisees help their customers find the right mattress and personalize the comfort to meet their customers' needs. There is no more compromising. No other mattress franchise offers this level of personalized service and comfort guarantee.
So the way that I think about Verlo is the Build-A-Bear for mattresses. So if you remember going in and creating your own unique bear, that's what they do with Verlo. And it is not your traditional mattress or mattress store. It is very customized and lots of territory availability here in DFW, but lots of experience, not coming in with something brand new. So if you would like to explore opportunities, your next step would be to complete FranNet's entrepreneur profile. If you have been to any of our sessions before, you're familiar with this. It is an opportunity for us to get to know you and your skill sets. As you can see here, it measures compliance ratio, your core competencies, your sales potential, et cetera, so that we can really do our best to help you find the right fit. There's never any charge for any of FranNet services, and this profile is an integral part of our process and takes about 20 minutes to complete. When this session ends at some point in the next 24 to 48 hours, you will be receiving the recording with a link to the profile and also our roadmap to success, which just also goes into more detail about our services and how we can best assist our clients. We do have a process, as I mentioned, since we are a franchise. So this just describes a little bit here, the education piece, the profile, an in-depth meeting. Then we introduce you to opportunities that we think could be a fit. And ultimately, the goal is for you to reach a confident decision one way or the other at the end of our process. So there's never any selling. Our goal is to really facilitate so that we make sure our clients get the information that they need. So now is the time to ask any questions. If you would like for either of us to reach out to you, please scan our QR code there and fill in a little information, and Roxanne and I will be happy to follow up. Roxanne focuses, as I mentioned, on the east side of the Metroplex, and I am on the west side. So let's see here if I can get everybody unmuted and if anybody would like to ask any questions. Please feel free to raise your hand or just put it in the chat box. Okay, anybody want to ask a question? It's awfully quiet. Otherwise, we'll wrap things up and let you get on with your day.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed it and got a little bit of information.
Absolutely. We appreciate your attention today and hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.